For me, the thing about organic is it is as cost effective as using chemicals, but over the long run, it's much more cost effective because you're increasing the soil fertility. So your plants just get better and better. The healthier your plants are, the less problems you have with diseases and pests. So pests are going to attack your weak plants, and so you increase the health of those plants, you're going to have a lot fewer pests. So really, in the long term, it's much more cost effective, I think.
We don't use any synthetic pesticides, herbicides. We focus on rotating our crops.
Soil management, crop rotations. We have different systems for weed management. We focus on ecosystem as a whole and the farm as a whole farm system. And so that plays into how we think about managing weeds, which people would call a symptom of a management issue, but we look at it differently in the fact that a weed is maybe an indicator of like what you're lacking in the soil, or it might be a mismanagement practice. However, it's also Mother Nature trying to cover herself. So roots in the ground is not a bad thing, regardless of what kind of roots they are. So,
like right now, the milkweed could be considered a weed, but
yeah,
not
it's
because for
pollinator habitat for our monarch butterflies if they show up on the farm. We prioritize it because that's how we want to feed our family. We don't want to feed them food that's sprayed with stuff that we don't know what the long-term health effects are, and exposures to certain types of pesticides and chemicals and all that stuff. Like, we want to feed our family the cleanest food that you can possibly feed them. But beyond that, I think that organic agriculture, when done properly, is managing ecosystems in a very good way. I think one could argue that the certain aspects in certain farms in the regenerative movement have also started to look at the whole farm ecosystem aspect as well. So there's lots of good farms that aren't certified organic that I would still support. However, those people are still utilizing a lot of the same practices that organic farmers are using and have been using for the last few decades, since organic was a differentiated thing in the marketplace. And so to me, having our farm certified organic and having people support it as a certified organic farm is important because of that. Like, we feed our family that way, and we want to feed our community that way, and supporting whole farm ecosystems and eating the cleanest, highest quality food that you possibly can is extremely important. Yeah. Extremely important.
What influenced me to get organic certification is, for the most part, in regards to vegetables and flowers, I was already doing it. The area I needed assistance on was sourcing my seed. I didn't have anything that was GMO, but you're supposed to have things that are, in most cases, considered certified organic. And so that wasn't a hard transition there at all. Most of my practices involve tillage. For soil, I have in one field 9% organic matter, another one 5%. So I'm a higher level. That's even before certification. So I do better in most cases there. If I'm lacking anything, it'd be more of micronutrients. So if I look at a soil profile, I'm better off than a lot of people are. Part of going organic was part of my values, and also having negative experiences with pesticides. And I can tell you from when I was a teenager, this is a long time ago, a lot of pesticides weren't working a long time ago. So that caused me to look at new ways to deal with weeds.